Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am NAINA, and in today's episode I'm going to talk to you about how you should create your resume. On creating a generalized CV. So let's begin. My tip number one is the length of your CV. So a lot of people ask me, what do you think, how much should be the length of our CV, how long we should keep it, or how short we should keep it. So there is no generalized way to keep or manage the length of your CV. It totally depends on your experience. If you have had more than 5 experiences or 6, your CVs ought to get longer. Plus, if you have worked at the same place for many years, it tends to be a bit shorter than that. Still, there is no need to shorten your CV unless you are a CEO of any organization who just has seen and done everything. You can then have a one-page CV, but otherwise it totally depends on your experience. But make sure you don't put any irrelevant stuff there. The next thing would be the readability of the CV. CV has to be well understood by anybody who reads it. There is no English examination going on, or you don't have to prove that you have excellent English while writing your resume. Use easy language. Use the language which is understandable by anybody and everybody. Another thing, the dates have to be really exact. Make sure when you prepare your resume, you look at it on the phone and on a computer, so that you are sure if you send it somewhere how it would look to the recruiters or how it would look to the HR. Now coming to the next step of building your resume, keep it as consistent as possible. So it should not be all over the place. Suddenly you are mentioning about your experience and then you immediately started your career snapshot. There has to be a consistency in whatever you are talking here. Your current profile should take most of the space because it's your current job, whatever you're doing at present. There should be no copy paste of the responsibilities during your tenures. You need not to lie on your resume or overquote your capabilities. Use the right tenses. That is very important. Now, a very important part of creating your resume is to quantify it as much as possible. When I say quantify, I mean numbers are very important. So several people ask me how we could put numbers in our resume when we are not into sales or we are not a part of finance. You still can. Anything that is measurable, anything that portrays number, you could mention. For example, you could always mention how many members were there in your team. You could always say that how many projects you have handled per week or per month. Based on the tasks and duties assigned to you, always quantify them, so that the future employer or anybody who is reading the CV could easily relate that what exactly you have accomplished and you're not faking it. The next thing that you could do is watch out for any typing errors. Typos are a big turn off for any resume. I personally use Grammarly sometimes because nobody is perfect. Even I get to read a lot, and I read a lot of resumes. So I myself don't like any resume which has a lot of spelling mistakes. So use Grammarly. That is the easiest thing. Whenever you prepare or draft your resume, just have a grammar check and you're good to go. The next thing you could do is customize your resume as per the job. There are different jobs we apply for. It's a very good idea to customize your resume every time you send it out. Maybe employer has 1 or 2 additional requirements. Everything else is already there in your CV, so no harm to add those 1 or 2 things that you have missed to mention. What else you could do is you should make your CV in a good format which is easily acceptable by application tracking systems. Your CV has to be either in the Word format or PDF. These are the most widely acceptable formats for resumes. The last things you could do to make your resume very powerful is by using power verbs. Power verbs show authority, they show confidence. I will give you some examples of the power words. Like, you could mention I executed, I headed, or for example, I owned, I engineered, or I launched. These are some examples to quotes, but you could get them so many on Google. So just use Google and see what is relevant to your profile, and don't shy away from quoting them in your resume to make it more strong. Summarize your achievements for sure at the end. After you've mentioned all your skills, all your duties, any unique skills that you've acquired, make sure you put in the end that what actually you have achieved throughout your career till date. It's a very good idea to make your future employer notify of as many capabilities of you as you can. Last thing that you must do after drafting your CV is to proofread it. You do it yourself or you take anybody's assistance, but make sure your CV is proofread by few people, so that I think I've shared all my tips for a good resume. Draft your CV, let me know how your experience was. Did I miss something? I would love to have your feedback on my videos and on my channel. So do share, subscribe, and let me know any feedback, anything that I could improve about my videos. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching.